Hello, my name is Karl Marx, inventor of Marxism, along with my good friend Friedrich Engels. We agree that Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas shows why capitalism must be stopped. Communism is obviously better because all wealth is distributed equally. The poor Grinch does not have the money to afford all the gifts that the bourgeoisie whos can. The Grinch is the ultimate example of a capitalist. He wants more, and he goes out and gets it. Stealing is a good example of why capitalism does not work. If all goods were distributed equally in a superstructure society, the Grinch would share the who's wealth. The capitalists of Whoville can afford gifts, but the Grinch cannot. Why does it have to be this way? If the proletariat Grinch up on Mount Crumpet and the bourgeoisie of Whoville received equal benefits, there would be no jealousy. Even though he is a proletariat, the Grinch is still very materialistic. As the poorest member of society, he believes happiness revolves around money. The Grinch thinks this way because he is envious of the upper class who can afford presents and big feasts. On page 17, he says, pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn and plums. The Grinch steals them all. In his jealousy, he thinks he will be ruining the Who's Christmas by taking all of their material goods. The Grinch is under the impression that the amount of gifts and wealth the Whos have correlates to their level of happiness. Of course, in a true communist society, such inequality would not exist. When all goods are shared, no one has to worry about how much his or her neighbors have. The Grinch wouldn't have to hate Christmas because there wouldn't be the underlying sense of elitism in Whoville society. The downfall of Whoville, a capitalist society, is greed. How the Grinch Stole Christmas demonstrates social economic conflict. A poor citizen, the Grinch, is isolated in his mountain home, far from the Whos in Whoville. He is regarded as a low-class citizen. The Grinch is rightly jealous of the wealthy Whos, all of whom do not care to share with him. Yet the Whos manage to celebrate Christmas joyfully without the material gifts that the Grinch has stolen. Although they are bourgeoisie, it is the Whos who demonstrate the joy that can be found in the unity of comrades free from a greed for material wealth. The Grinch, realizing the Whos' camaraderie, finally becomes an ideal communist and redistributes the stolen gifts among the Whos.